Brendon Greaves. We're at Utah today. The scenery is amazing. This track's cool. I'm from Australia. This year I've been working with Corey Talaska on this Link platform car. It's the first year I've worked with Link. I've usually been with another brand. Since moving to America, I help out Corey Misco, which we do a lot of BMW stuff. He's always been on Link, so I've familiarised myself with that car and put everything I'd learned from that into this, plus my previous experience with other ECUs. We've been super happy with it. It's fairly basic setup. I'm a bit of a safety guy, so I do like having some safeties on this car. We've got a fair bit of monitoring going on. The biggest change we've had today is elevation here is a fair bit different, so there's not as much air basically. So we've got about a 3% trim over a total map just to keep the car happy. I also tried to put some more boost in this car for the weekend as well. We've got quite a decent run up. Realistically, we're out of turbocharger, but we're good. One thing, we're running the 2J in this car. 2J sounds sick. Well, most people think that. I'm about it, I like it. I love the limiter. So that was like priority one for Corey, was like, let's get this limiter sorted. We want flames, we want it to sound cool. So Link ECU's got plenty of different settings you can go in there. So we've worked around that, got that pretty set up. We're happy with that. Probably not the best intercooler we've got in this car, so we've got some air intake temp issues, but we can put all the safety in the ECU to keep the engine happy. We've been running this car for the whole season. It's the same engine they used last season. We did have some water pump issues and pushed a heap of water out at one of the rounds, but luckily enough we had enough safety in it that we didn't hurt the engine. Put everything back together, new water pump. He ran the rest of the weekend and it's on the same engine now. Other than that, we've integrated. We've got the Link dash, Fury ECU, can to Lambda in there, and also pressure sensors in the engine. But yeah, so when I'm down here, if any of the other drivers have any issues or they need some data acquisition or something's wrong, I'm more than happy to go down and have a look at the car. Some of the cars here, I mean, they've done an engine swap the day before an event, turned up to the event, car won't start. So that was basically, they changed so much stuff in the engine it just didn't want to start. Other cars we went to and they're the same thing, wouldn't start. Oh, something's wrong with, whatever they want to blame. Have a look. Most people here are monitoring fuel pressure and the simple basics. So it's fairly easy to get into the ECU, check through the basics, make sure it's linking up, make sure crank and cam are syncing, make sure you got fuel pressure, and then from there you can test on from that. And the only other thing I've really been doing is some data acquisition, just checking. A lot of these cars get tuned on a dyno and then you go out and drift it. It's similar, but there's sometimes you can load them up in different places where it's nice to be able to tidy that part up. From a data log, you can tidy that part of the tune up and then there's no issues.